Hey folks, it's Kathy with Kathy on the 9 News. Bet you thought I forgot about you, huh? After that windstorm, who knew what was going to happen? But nope, I'm still here and kicking. And boy, have I got a story for you. So you're not going to want to miss this one, so stay tuned and I'll let you know what's going on. Okay, we're back. So, I know you're jumping at the bit to find out what interesting story we're going to talk about today. And while I'm just going to kind of give you a little bit of a heads up, some may not be as intrigued with this story and others may be, but I'm going to tell my story and hopefully it will help someone who might be kind of wondering what's going on. So basically what's going on right now is I am under quarantine. I'm vaccinated. I am boosted, but I do have symptoms. I have cold-like symptoms. I've had a headache all day. I'm not running a fever, but I've had some body aches and pains. And I originally thought that because I ride my bicycle every night, I thought, oh, I'm just sore, because I'm usually sore after I do that. But at some point, something clicked in my little brain and said, Kathy, that's not soreness. So I came home and I quarantined, and so I'm up here in my attic bedroom and my husband's downstairs. And that's the way it'll remain until we know for sure whether or not there's anything that I have to worry about. So I do have, some people to keep me company. There's Cody, and we got little Otis over there. So there, and I've got several other cats, so don't worry, I will not be alone during the day. So I'll have plenty of little critters running around to keep me company. So anyway, like I said, I just wanted to let y'all know what's going on, and I'm going to document my story. If this does not interest you or offend you, just hit that stop button right down there. See it? And the video will shut off. And, if you want to see something funny, go check me out on TikTok. Kirby1967 on TikTok. I got a lot of funny stuff out there. So I try to share some of them here on my videos on YouTube, but a lot of them are out there. They're just real short. So anyway, I'm going to document every day. So you'll hear from me again tomorrow to let you know, how my symptoms are doing and whether or not I decide to go get tested or not. With the symptoms that I'm having now, if I have them tomorrow, it's a pretty good idea I'm going to go get tested unless they tell me to wait a few days. So, but anyway, I'm here in the bunker with the cats until I'm better, and I'm going to document my story and let me know what you think. If you liked it, if you thought that I'm just making it up and I'm getting a like a fat check from the government for trying to convince you to get the vaccine. Like I said, I am open to options. And so anyway, not to make this too long, I will see you all tomorrow and report how things are going. Stay tuned. Hey, everybody. I decided to give a late night update. Late night for you guys, not as late for me because I'm used to being up till 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning sometimes. Okay, sometimes I'm up till 3, but that's not the point I'm trying to make here, okay? But anyway, so I've had a pretty bad headache most of the night. I had to go get some of my chores done that I do on a daily basis. Yes, because, there's still things that have to be done, even though you're sick. So I got those done. That really wore me out, and my headache got worse, and my nose is stopped up. So I did end up taking 4 ibuprofen for my headache. And yes, I know I'm not supposed to do that, but I don't have any Tylenol here tonight, so I'll have to get Tylenol tomorrow. So anyway, so ibuprofen it is, and Mucinex to hopefully relieve some pressure. I don't want to take any Sudafed that I have, because that would clear me right up, but my heart rate is running a little high. probably because of all this. And so I'm going to hold off on taking the pseudoephedrine. So even though that's my go-to when I'm stopped up. But so just thought I'd give you an update. Getting ready to go to bed here. And got say hello to the kitties. We got Olivia's up here now. Otis is still here. And Sally. So Cody is downstairs, and I think Octavius is down there with him. So anyway, just wanted to give you an update, and we will talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a good night. Good morning, everyone. Here I am. I made it through the night. Just wanted to check in, let you all know how I'm feeling today. Actually, today I'm feeling a lot better. I felt pretty crappy last night. I don't think I realized just how crappy I really felt until this morning I got up, and I feel so much better. I don't have that throbbing headache that I had most of the day yesterday. That was like probably the worst thing that was like keeping me from, being able to, I don't know what you call it, but it was just, the throbbing headache was really bad. I did have a little bit of a sore throat. That is gone. Never did run a fever, at least not that I know of. But like I said, I woke up this morning, headache's gone, sore throat's gone. A lot of the pressure that I had in here is gone. So I'm hoping that that's a sign of maybe I just had a virus or something, a little 24-hour, something. So, but at this point, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I probably could have gone into work today, but I decided to stay home just to just to be precautious, and, I don't want to, be spreading anything. If for some reason my symptoms get worse, I probably will go get tested. But at this point, if they don't, I'm probably not going to go get tested, just because I really don't feel the need to at this point. Yesterday, I might have felt that need, but today, like I said, I actually feel pretty good. So we'll see how today goes, and I'll keep you posted. Everybody have a great day. Hey everybody, it's Kathy. I'm back with my nightly update on my symptoms that I'm having. I woke up this morning feeling pretty good. Really thought that tomorrow I'd be going back to work. Thought maybe I just had a little, 12 or 24 hours something. But throughout the day today, my symptoms have kind of come back. A little bit of aches, body aches and pains. My stuffiness is back, a little bit of a sore throat. I do have a little bit of a cough. I still don't know if I'm running a fever or not. That's a story for another time on my thermometer. So, we'll check into that later. But, I think the plan for tomorrow is I am going to go seek out a COVID test, just to make sure that I don't have that. Like I said, I do have symptoms. Whether they're that or not, I don't know. Or whether they're just a regular virus. It could be either or. I don't feel terribly bad. I mean, I don't feel like I can't function. But I do feel like I have something. And I definitely feel like I should not be going to work and trying not to pass it around. So I'll stay home until my symptoms are gone. But like I said, I do want to go test tomorrow and just make sure that it's safe to go back to work. So that's the plan for tomorrow, and I'll keep you informed on how I'm doing and what goes. So everybody have a good night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Good morning, folks. Well, it's probably close to afternoon by now, but just wanted to give you another update. Not feeling too bad today, although I'm still having, a little bit of the congestion. Whatever I had up here seems to have kind of gone into my throat, because I do feel like I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit. So, but still, not running a fever, just mainly just I did take that Sudafed. It cleared my nose up. So thank God for that, because that can make a world of difference. Although I am starting to get that soreness around my nose from blowing my nose a lot. But, hey, it comes with the territory, right? So what I decided to do was go get me a Rapid. So I did. Found one at the local CVS. Thank you, CVS, for having them in stock. because I would not feel right going back to work, not have taken a test because, you know, like I said, I want to make sure that all I have is a cold or sinus virus and not something else. So I am going to take the test, and I will post my results so we can see, do I have COVID or do I just have a cold? So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to video myself taking the test because, yeah, nah, I don't think I'm going to do that. So anyway, I'll get back with you as soon as I have results. Okay, well, here we are. I went ahead and took the rapid test that I picked up earlier at the store. And so before we find out what the results are, I did make one change to the test. This was suggested to me by a nurse at one of the testing centers, was that the new Omicron variant sometimes doesn't show up as well with the rapids. So they recommend that you swab your throat first and then your nose. So I went ahead and did that, and then, you know, finished the test. And so I got the results, and now the big question is, does Kathy have COVID, or does Kathy just have a cold? So, according to this, Kathy has COVID. Kathy is vaccinated, Kathy is boosted, and Kathy is now positive for COVID. Okay, I tested positive for COVID. So, where do we go from here? Well, for me, I don't go anywhere. I'm going to be quarantining upstairs here in my house for the next week, while my husband lives downstairs because, you know, he's vaccinated, he's not showing any symptoms, and he's not testing positive for COVID. So that's kind of like going to be our routine for the next week. You know, I don't know who I contracted the virus from, but if that person would have stayed home the day that somehow I crossed their path, I might not be in the situation I'm in right now. And you might say, well, that's a little harsh, Kathy. No, you know what? I have very little compassion right now for those who are not willing to help do what they need to do to stop the spread of COVID. And by that, I mean, to me, the best way to stop the spread is to get vaccinated. The other thing you can do when you're sick, you may think you just have a cold. You may think you just have the flu. You know, you may not think you have anything serious at all. But if you have something, stay home and get yourself tested before you go back to work. Honestly, I was surprised, very surprised, that I tested positive for COVID because I don't feel like I have COVID. You know, I thought I just had a little cold or a little sinus infection. I really did not suspect that I would have COVID. I was really, literally shocked. And, you know, at this point now, I'm stuck home quarantining. So, because I don't want to, you know, go out and infect anyone. You know, you've got to stay home when you're sick. And, you know, some people think, oh, it's not a big deal. I've just got a cold. Well, you may think you have a cold, but in reality, you have COVID. And then you're going to go out and come in contact with someone who's going to get COVID, and they may not be able to fight it off like you can. And then, you know, do you want to live with that? I sure don't, you know. And it's like, you know, if you can't get vaccinated, if you can't stay home when you're sick and do what needs to be done, you're part of the problem. You're not doing what you need to do to stop the spread of COVID. So with that being said, you know, I'm going to continue to document my progress. I'm going to, hopefully, my symptoms are getting better. And, you know, to me, the worst symptom that I had was the day I actually came down with symptoms, the very first day. And from then on, I've kind of gotten better. So I'm hoping that that trend continues. I believe that that's my vaccine working for me. You know, that's what, for those of you that don't know, that's what my vaccine was scheduled. That's what it was designed to do, was to prevent me from getting really sick. It wasn't designed to keep me from getting COVID, but it was designed to keep me hopefully keep me with less severe symptoms and recover quicker. Now, granted, that's not a one-size-fits-all for everybody, because everybody's got a different genetic makeup and everybody's got different stuff going on. So that's not always going to be the case for everyone, but it's the same way with other vaccines that we take. You take it to hopefully lessen the symptoms that you're going to have. So in my mind, that's the best way to go. And I think it's working for me, because so far I've tested positive for COVID, but I have had very mild symptoms. So with that, I'm going to continue to report my progress. And hopefully, like I said, with what I'm doing is going to help someone else in the future to maybe, know what to expect if they are vaccinated and catch COVID. Again, this is only my story. I cannot speak for anyone else as far as, how they're going to handle the disease. But, I definitely don't mind showing my experience if it is able to help someone else. So I'll continue with updates tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Okay. Hey, everybody. So this is the next day's update, and I actually forgot to do a morning update. We had a few things going on this morning. My husband actually decided to test before he went into work this morning, and he ended up testing positive. So we're going to be quarantining at home now here together. So I don't have to separate and seclude myself in the upstairs bedroom. So since he's now tested positive. So as far as his symptoms go, basically he had a headache this morning, and he did experience some fatigue in the afternoon. But then after, taking a long nap, he seemed to be doing a lot better. Other than that, I don't think he has any other symptoms. Maybe, the beginning stages of a cold is kind of what it sounds like. As far as me, I'm pretty much the same as I was yesterday. The only thing, I think my voice kind of makes it look like I'm a lot worse, but I'm really not. I still have the stuffiness in my head. Like I said, my voice is kind of changing, I think, because everything's draining and probably right down my throat. And other than that, the only new symptom that I have today is my eyes have been watering a lot, and they burn. Normally my eyes water a lot, with allergies, but they don't normally burn. But today, my eyes are like burning. It's like I really have to watch, and use like a soft cloth to wipe my eyes, because I don't know if the skin around my eyes is, just irritated or what. But so I do have that new symptom going on today. But other than that, just been taking my my medicine, which consists of Mucinex DM, which is a congestion relief and cough suppressant, and then I also take the Sudafed, which is a nasal decongestant. So other than that, those are the only two things I've been taking, and just trying to drink plenty of water. I took myself a long nap today too. And I actually, felt good enough that I actually did a 20-minute ride on my bicycle tonight. So, like I said, I think my voice makes me sound like I'm worse than I actually don't feel that bad. Except for, like I said, a little bit of tiredness. So, just kind of wanted to give you guys an update on what was going on. I will update again tomorrow, and we'll see how things progress with my husband also. Okay, so until the next update. Hey everybody, okay, guess what? This is probably going to be the last update that I'm going to do. Last day to see all this crazy hair that I've had going on this whole time. So I actually took a look at the last couple days of video that I'd been taking and decided just to combine them all into one video, because basically it's kind of the same as far as symptoms go. Basically what I've got left is I've lost my voice. Well, I didn't lose my voice, but it's changed. Haven't got it back yet. Got a little bit of a cough and a little bit of congestion. That's pretty much what I'm been dealing with the last couple days. it does seem to be getting a little bit better each day. Same way with my husband. He's kind of dealing with very similar symptoms. One thing that we have, tried to do this whole time, and I know he has done it. I've missed a few days, but that's basically to ride our indoor bikes to keep ourselves active and, keep that blood pumping, in addition to drinking lots of water, and with our little medicine regimen of Mucinex DM, Sudafed, and ibuprofen or Tylenol, whichever one, we take. And, I do actually take a dose of vitamin D every day. I've been doing that for, over a year now. So, basically, like I said, I think we're at the back end of this. And so, I'm in day 7. I think he's in day 6 of, we're probably going to be out of work the rest of this week. And then we'll start back to work at the first of next week, which will put us out about maybe 10 to 11 days. So, maybe 12. But like I said, we really don't want to go back to work too early and run the risk of somebody else at the job site catching the virus, which I think we're pretty much through the majority of the symptoms. So it's just all these leftover stuff that keep lingering on. Okay, so I said the last segment was going to be my last one, and I kind of changed my mind, that's my prerogative, right? And so basically, the husband and I are out of quarantine today, so I kind of wanted to end with that video. So, yeah, as of today, we have both ended a 10-day quarantine. I actually ended mine the day before. So back to work this week we go. And, we're ready to get back to work. It feels like we've been off for a long time, I was actually even off several days before just because I came down with symptoms, and I was home for 2 days before I even tested. So I'm ready to get back. I never thought I would really ever be glad to say that, but yeah, I am definitely ready to get back to work. And I know my husband is, because he's starting to drive me crazy here around the house. So he needs to get back to work very soon. So basically, to sum it all up again, I started this video on the day I came down with symptoms because I just kind of felt like that day was probably the worst day of my symptoms. And when I say that, I mean just because I seemed like I had a variety of stuff. The whole day, I kind of felt like I was coming down with a cold. It kind of turned into what felt like a sinus infection because I had a lot of pressure in my face. I had a headache the whole day. But then I started getting some body aches and pains, and pretty much kind of knew I had something. So that kind of started it all. Basically, then I tested positive for COVID, but I wanted to do this video because I wanted to try and answer, if anybody had questions on what it's like going through COVID. Now, granted, I had mild symptoms. My husband had mild symptoms, so I can't guarantee that everybody's going to have that, but I like to think that the fact that because we are vaccinated and boosted, that we did have a mild case, and that the vaccine did work for us like it was supposed to. It was supposed to, help us to have less severe symptoms and hopefully keep us out of the hospital, which we weren't even anywhere near that severity. Thank God that we didn't have that. We basically, I hate to say it, had we not have tested, you might not have even known we had COVID. Basically, we had symptoms that probably mimicked a cold or a sinus infection. And that's why, to me, it's really important that if you come down with symptoms, that you go get tested. Go get tested before you go around your loved ones, your family and your friends, things like that, people who might be, be compromised or who you might pass the virus on to. Again, yes, I know we have, we've had viruses before COVID came along, and I got a feeling COVID's going to be here for the long haul now. But the fact is, they all kind of mask the same symptoms. They all mask like I said, again, I thought I had just a bad cold, and you know, it turned out to be, I actually tested positive for COVID. I wasn't even going to test at first. And then something told me I needed to test, and I did. And I'm glad I did, because I would have felt really bad had I gone to work and passed COVID around to everybody. So the big thing is, like I said, if you come down with symptoms, get yourself tested. I know it's kind of a pain, you know, but, you know, there are some people out there who will catch COVID and not recover from it. And, you know, we got to test. You got to test, even though it may seem like an inconvenience. Like I said, you know, before you go around, you know, and passing stuff off, please just test and make sure that your symptoms are not COVID related. So, again, like I said, I'm an advocate for the vaccine. I believe the vaccine did help us, and I believe that, you know, people really should consider getting vaccinated and boosted, because I do believe that it's the best defense against COVID. So again, I hope my story helped. You know, even if it just helped one person, you know, I'll be glad. Like I said, I wanted to tell my story. Again, it only pertains to me. I can't say, you know, that somebody watching this is going to have the same reactions that I did. You know, but I pray that they do, because like I said, I do feel very blessed that we had a mild case of it. So, again, if you like what you saw in the video, definitely hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you have any questions on anything that I've talked about, definitely leave me a comment, and I will do my best to get back with you as soon as possible. I'm also on TikTok as Kirby1967 if you'd like to go out and follow me out there. Other than that, until my next video, this is Kathy on the 9 News out. Everybody, stay safe and stay healthy.